So what can I say about Pikmin? Well, I remember seeing it quite a bit at different retail stores during the GameCube era, and also it being featured in multiple gaming magazines at that time. I didn't know what type of game Pikmin was, and to be completely honest, at that time I really wasn't checking for it. My GameCube experience was mainly focused on Super Smash Bros, Mario Party, Super Monkey Ball, and Sonic Adventure 2, so I was pretty set on the games I would play for the platform. Pikmin was a game that I would hear more and more about in my adult years, whether it was from YouTubers raving over the series and even some of my friends I know holding the series in such a high regard. But just from simply watching the gameplay, I wasn't quite understanding the whole appeal, so I had to dig a little deeper into why Pikmin was such a popular series. I knew this was a first-party Nintendo IP, so there was no doubt in my mind that there was something there, but what was it exactly? So Pikmin was created by video game legend Shigeru Miyamoto. One thing I can say about Miyamoto, I love his design philosophy. He really prioritizes the player's experience and how you feel playing a game, instead of just making the flashiest and loudest game. Miyamoto just happened to be sitting outside his home one day and saw a pack of ants carrying leaves, and that idea turned into what we know today as Pikmin. Such a simple concept, but it works beautifully. So since this review is about the latest entry in the series, Pikmin 3, let's get into my thoughts and overall experience with this game, and if it's something I can easily recommend to you guys. For this review, I'll be looking at the newly released Pikmin 3 Deluxe for the Nintendo Switch, which is a port of the Wii U title. This is the definitive way to play this game if you have not already. Now, let's get into it. So the plot for this game is fairly simple. The game opens up with the introduction to our main characters, Alf, Brittany, and Charlie. These three were sent on a mission to gather food and resources for their planet. During the landing process, something goes completely wrong inside the ship, causing a rough landing, causing all three of them to split up. You start the game with Charlie, and this is where we're introduced to the Pikmin, these small, cute, plant-like beings who are willing to follow and assist our character in gathering these resources. You spend the first part of the game reigniting your main characters, and in order to get back home, we need to find our cosmic drive. And well, that starts our grand adventure. Like most of my reviews, I won't spend too much time going over the plot. For a game like this, it works. Now the gameplay. Man, do I have a lot to say here. Okay, first of all, the game is absolutely gorgeous and brings home the nature aesthetic perfectly. I always said this game was one of the best looking titles on the Wii U, and that still holds true for the Switch version. I mean, the water ripples, the realistic fruit models, the way the levels look, very easy on the eyes and oddly relaxing. I have not played this in portable mode yet, so I can't speak to how it looks in handheld, but I can assume it also looks great. Playing and watching Pikmin definitely makes me want to explore outside, so mission accomplished with the ambience and aesthetic. Now, in terms of what you're going to be doing in Pikmin, the main objective is to collect resources such as fruit and communication devices in order to reach the next level. This game does have a time limit for each day, so your goal is to accomplish as much as possible in the given day with that time limit in place. You accomplish many of these tasks with the help of your buddies, the Pikmin. Besides being adorable, the Pikmin are some very hard workers. They can collect fruit and carry it back to your ship, they can build bridges and create shortcuts for you, and they can eliminate threats and even open up new paths for you. The Pikmin and how you manage them is the key to being successful in this game. It's all about time and assignment management. Much like in real life, every minute in this game counts, so make sure that you keep that in mind while diving into each level. Pikmin comes in different colors and sizes. The red Pikmin are great fighters and can resist fire. The yellow Pikmin can be thrown to the highest point and solve many obstacles dealing with electricity. The blue Pikmin are immune to water and will be essential for solving some underwater tasks. My personal favorite, the rock Pikmin, are powerhouses that can break glass and pack a serious punch, and they can't be crushed or eaten, so they really rock in my book. Last but not least, the flying Pikmin. I love these guys for carrying things back to my ship and building bridges. Each Pikmin has a purpose, so play around and see what combination works best for you. Collecting fruit in this game is essential for your survival, and man will I tell you, this game will make you crave fruit. Each fruit just looks so good, and there's something super satisfying about watching these fruits turn into juice. Make sure you clear a path and know the stage so your Pikmin can successfully get fruit back to your ship. Fruit essentially act as lives, and the more juice you have, the more days you have to spend completing tasks and much more. Yes, this game has boss fights, and I absolutely love these. Some of them can be straight up annoying, but each boss fight seemed like they were well thought out. Usually each boss will have a communication device and a huge piece of fruit to haul back to your ship. During my playthrough, I would usually give myself an entire day dedicated to fighting the boss, just so I don't run the risk of running out of time when trying to carry his heavy body back to my ship. Now, going back to the Pikmin for a moment, these guys are not invincible. Pikmin can die, either by being eaten, outnumbered, or just being left out in the field after the day is over. No worries, there are a few ways to build your army. You can collect these numbered pellets, or just defeat an enemy or a boss and carry his body back to the ship. Depending on what color Pikmin you have carry it, that can determine what Pikmin will be born in its place. Now, as much as I love this game, there were some things that did bother me. One being the fact is when I'm having the Pikmin build something, the Pikmin will always run back to the spot where the project was started, not necessarily where it was finished. This caused me to waste a few minutes looking for missing Pikmin that should have been with me to begin with. I also hated the final boss. Need I say more? Overall, Pikmin 3 Deluxe is a fantastic way to experience a very unique yet fun game. Pikmin offers such a relaxing experience while allowing you to test your multitasking and management abilities, which may come in handy in the real world. The music fits the environment perfectly and the game looks simply amazing. Pikmin 3 Deluxe is available right now on the Nintendo Switch, so play this game. It's totally worth a try. Thank you all for watching and I'll see you next time.